Oh, we got a tractor. Will that be a good test? We'll let the tractor go past here. He's more interested in the drain covers than he is at the tractor. Good boy. He'll be fine with the tractor, I just know. Well, now that was quite a fast tractor, and he didn't bat an eyelid. Boy, he didn't bat an eyelid. Now look at all this traffic. I don't know, we don't generally see this amount of traffic. I've just got to remind him from time to time oh God, I'll be standing here all day. Alright, a couple more and then we can walk on. Okay, walking on, walk on. Boy. Wow. What a good boy. What a good boy. He's a good boy. He won't be with us long. Young Mozart. Well, he's not that young. He's 14. Old enough to be sensible. Not that all 14-year-olds are. I think we're very lucky to have him with us. Come on. Now that was quite a fast tractor too. It didn't exactly go past quietly. Well, which is why I never come up that road unless I'm pretty certain the horses are good in traffic, because it is a fast road. It's a fast road. Now here we've got a dog that hurls itself at the fence. He hasn't seen this, by the way. It's one of these little dogs, and he usually goes crashing into the fence. But he hasn't done that today. Oh, there he goes. Yeah. Mozart doesn't give him a second look. Good boy, Mozzie. Right, shall we have a little trot? Says, well, if we have to. Oh, good boy. Says, oh, it's a... Oh, it makes me smile. Oh yes, so I was saying, at the builders down there, I met one of them in the shop, and he recognised me even though I hadn't got my hat on, and he's saying, oh, is that all you do? He said, ride round in circles. And, whoa. He does like to scratch his face a lot. And put his head right down to do it. Look, right down there. So the builder said, is that all you do? Ride around in circles? And I said, well, we do an awful lot of that. And so he said, so I said, oh, you must have seen. So he said, yes, I'm working on that house. And so today I thought, well, we won't do all the circles. I'll just come up this way and I'll do some circles further up this road, because they are so valuable. And I have done quite a lot of circles with him because his steering wasn't as good as this, and it's getting better. So I don't know if he knows he's on his way home. He hasn't been up this route before, ever, and he's only had 6 rides with us, so he really doesn't know where he is anyway. But he doesn't want to rush home, and I do so dislike now. When I was a teenager, it was a little different. Oh, he went over that drain cover. I do so dislike a horse that can't wait to get home. It's just, I spend, over the years, I've spent years getting horses to just be normal on the way home, because it's kind of, you feel like they're not with you, they just want to get home. In fact, we went to try a mare yesterday. I went to look at a mare yesterday. You're a good boy. Okay, you can go now. Nice cob mare. I'll try and say it as positively as I can, but although she was showered with kisses and had glittery head collars and brow bands and everything, she is one of the most depressed horses I think I've seen in for a long while. And actually I think I must have some kind of empathy or something, because I felt depressed all evening having met her. But anyway, the reason I'm talking about it is that she went out, but, well, not quite as quiet as Mozart, but, you know, not a lot different. But as soon as she knew, and it was a circular route, as soon as she knew she was on the way back, it started. You know, head up, marchy, 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 barely could contain herself in walk. You could slow her down, and, you know, she'd slow down for a minute, and you'd relax the reins, and she'd think that'd be a signal. Then if you stopped, she'd think, you know, if you went to slow her down, and then when you released the reins, she'd think that was a signal to go. I mean, obviously a teenager's revved her up. And you go to stop. So I'll just demonstrate. So we're on the way home, and you go to stop. I wasn't riding her, I have to say, thank goodness. Don't want to ride those sorts anymore. So you'd say stop like this, and you'd let the reins go, and she'd sort of be, you know, almost cantering on the spot, thinking, yeah, she's going to go. And then if you didn't let her go, I mean, she didn't rear or anything, but what she used to do was sort of jump sideways, and she jumped sideways into a fence, then she jumped out the other way nearly into me, who was on the ground, following, and I just thought, wow, what a nightmare. I mean, it's not her fault. I mean, it's the way she's been ridden. I'm just going to do some, yeah, you've got to get your bottom round, because we're doing quite a small circle, and you can do it. Yes, that's it. So it's not her fault at all. I mean, it's somebody's, what they've done is they've stopped and held her up and said, right, ready, steady, go, you know. So ready, steady, go. And is he having a wee? Oh, perhaps not. And so that's what she thinks she has to do, and it's just a nightmare. I mean, yeah, but on top of that, I could see as soon as she went out, I thought, I don't like that action. She doesn't look quite right behind. And as soon as she walked round in a circle in like a cornfield that had been cut, and I could thought, oh, she doesn't look level. She went to trot, and she was very unlevel. And yeah, so poor mare, very, very unlevel, and I don't think anybody'd ever picked it up. So yeah, but the main thing I wanted to say was, you know, how kind of annoying and uncomfortable it is when a horse just wants to be on its own agenda, coming home really fast, and then when you go to say, well, you've got to wait a minute, it's like that they're standing, you know, at the starting line, and they're waiting for the referee's pistol, and off they go at the gallop. I mean, and they just can't contain themselves. It's just, Well, I don't like that sort of horse, and I think a lot of people don't like them either. And it's absolutely learnt behaviour. They're not born like that, and they don't just get like that. You know, it's the way people ride them. So it's really not the horse's fault. But I have to say, it's very hard to bring them round when they're as bad as that. And why bother? I mean, she was 12 years old, and she'd probably been like that for the last 6 years or maybe more. Bless her.